Basic Math, Chapter 9, Section 4. Subtracting from a whole number. Sometimes you need to regroup a whole number as a mixed number. Look at the subtraction below. 5 take away 2 2/3. There are no thirds from which to subtract 2/3. Regroup 5 to make thirds. So this picture shows 5 wholes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now regrouping shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but instead of the fifth image being one whole, it is shown as 3/3. Written with numbers, here's the whole number 5, and here's the mixed number 4 3/3. They both have the same amount. They are just shown with different numbers. For example, subtract 5 and take away 2 2/3. Step 1, regroup the whole number as a mixed number. So 5, we're going to regroup one whole and show it as a 4 and give that regrouped whole shown as 3 3/3. Step 2, subtract. Be sure the answer is in lowest terms. Subtract the fraction part first, so it becomes 1/3. Then subtract the whole numbers, and now it's 2. 2 1/3 is the difference between 5 and 2 2/3. Example 2, subtract 10, take away 1/4. Step 1, regroup the whole number as a mixed number. We can show 10 to become 9 4/4. We would use 4/4 because the denominator of the fraction that we are taking away is 4. So then it makes it a nice, easy, like fraction of both having 4 as the denominator. And then step 2, we can just subtract. Be sure the answer is in lowest terms. Since we made them as like fractions, we just subtract the numerator. 1 taken from 4 is 3. The denominator stays as 4. 9 take away nothing is still 9. So the difference between 10 and 1/4 is 9 3/4. All right, so let's practice. Remember to regroup the whole number. So we have 8 problems, and all of the problems have a whole number on top. If I can show that with highlighting, we've got the whole 4, a whole 7, and 6, and 8, another 6. This one has 10, 7 has 12, number 8 has 20. So what we can do is we can regroup and make that 4 become a 3 and make the fraction have the same as the denominator that we're already working with. So let's not make it hard, just keep it the same. So since it already had 4, we'll make 4/4. For number 2, we would take 1 from 7, so that's 6, and then give the whole that we regrouped to a fraction and show it as 2/2 because we're already working with denominator of 2. Number 3, the 6 becomes a 5. We're working with 6 as the denominator, so the whole 1 is shown as the fraction 6/6. Number 4 has the whole number 8. We regroup, it becomes 7. The fraction is working with things out of 10. So we'll make our denominator 10 again, so it's still a like fraction. And it takes 10 tens to make one whole that we regrouped. 6 becomes 5. The denominator is 7, so it's 5 and 7/7. Number 6 had a 10. We regroup. Now it's 9. We're working with ninths, so it takes 9 ninths to show that one whole we regrouped. 12 becomes 11. This one has 8 as the denominator, and it takes 8 eighths to show that. And 20 becomes 19. And we're working with fifths. It takes 5 fifths to be one whole. So let's finish number 8, and we will subtract the denominators. In this case, the numerators. We will subtract 5, take away 4, leaves us with 1/5, and take 3 from 19, and that's 16. So once we regroup, we can just do the subtraction. Well, we did number 7. This would become 5/8 and the whole number 2. And if we wanted to do one more, we have number 6. We have 9 take away 2 gives us 7/9. 4 take away from 9 is 5. So for practice B, we subtract and regroup only if necessary. So for number 9, we have like fractions already. Both have 4. The numerator, 1 taken from 3. We can do that math. So we can take 1 from 3, and that's 2/4, because the denominator stays the same. And then we can subtract the whole numbers, and then reduce the 2/4 by dividing the top and bottom by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Number 10, that only has a whole number, so we can show 6 and 5 fifths. Now we can subtract 2 fifths from 5 fifths, and leaves us with 3 fifths and one whole left over. Okay, let's do one more for 12. Let's show 23 as 22 and 8 eighths. Then we can take 7 eighths from 8 eighths, and leaves us with 1/8 left. And 22, and there's no whole number for 7 eighths, so the answer is still 22. So 22 and 1/8. If you'd like to practice some more, you can pause the video here. We can take a look at the everyday problem solving. So this is Miss Rhodes' grocery list for making fruit salad. Use the list to answer the questions. Look for clue words to help you decide when to add or subtract. Number 1, how many more pounds of apples than pears will she buy? So how many more? We need to find what the difference is. So we should subtract. And we're looking at the difference of apples to pears. So here's the apples. Here's the pears. So we've got 3 and 2 and 1/4. So if we write this, 3 take away 2 and 1/4, we need to regroup. So 3 becomes 2 and 4/4. Now 1 from 4/4 leaves us with 3/4. 2 minus 2 is 0, so the answer is 3/4 pounds difference. 3/4 of a pound. Number 2 is how many more pounds of apples than plums will she buy? So this is a similar problem, but instead of apples to pears, this is apples to plums. So here are the plums, And here's the apples. So you can do number 2 and 3 in your notebook for more practice, or open your workbook to Chapter 9, Section 3, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.